Hey nerds, this is Quinton, and I'm making this video because I want to call attention to Mega Ran. If you don't know who Mega Ran is, he is a pretty popular artist who uh, creates hip hop music that has a lot to do with video games. He has his own original stuff, but he has made quite a name for himself with musical adaptations to Mega Man games and Final Fantasy. Uh, just last week, he released a remaster of his Final Fantasy VII album called Black Materia, and I listened to it top to bottom, and I was very, very happy with it. And I wanted to kind of give a review of it, so that's what this is. Uh, I will start off saying that at this point, this is the third iteration of the album. He had the original, then he had a remix, and now this is the remaster. In terms of improving audio quality, it is nice. It's very cleaned up, and it really gives a more, for lack of a better word, epic sense of the samples, which are from a RPG. They're very larger than life themes, and I really respect Mega Ran for being able to and really delicately and diligently putting it together in the first place. Just even the original, of having something that is its own thing, but also is kind of a nod to, not even a nod to fans, it's a handshake to fans. Black Materia is something I would show to anyone who says they love Final Fantasy VII, whether or not they're into hip hop or not. And it allows itself to use the themes of Final Fantasy VII to relate messages that are relevant to everyday life, poverty, climate change, things like that. I always appreciated that, but I got sidetracked. Sorry. What I meant to say was, this is kind of for fans. If you haven't heard of Mega Ran and you're gonna listen to this, you'll enjoy it. But if you're not into Final Fantasy VII, if you've never played it, then well, I guess you've done yourself a big disservice. But it won't mean half as much to you. And if you're really into hip hop, then I definitely think it has musical merit. But it might pique your interest, but I can't even fathom, just because I'm so far in the bias category, I guess, because I played Final Fantasy VII a very long, long time ago. I was exposed to it very early on. It was my first RPG, and so to imagine someone without the Final Fantasy VII cloud hanging over my head is sometimes kind of hard. So I mean, as music, I mean, obviously I enjoy it, but I think that there's almost no way to enjoy it to its fullest without knowing the source material. That being said, this is the third the third version of this album, and at the end of it, there is kind of a, I guess, what if you were on Spotify or you got like a iTunes Deluxe, you might get commentary with some of the songs for a popular artist's released album, because you're part of that special community that iTunes or Spotify is kind of catering to, and you'd get comments from the artist. Similar to that, the album actually ends with Mega Ran talking about the journey to create the album and how we got into making music in the whole gaming landscape to even begin with. Now he has a pretty nice discography, so It'd probably take more than a day to actually listen to all his music, top to bottom, even the stuff that isn't directly nerd focused. But it's definitely worth a listen, and I think that it's something that people generally are like, I'll just turn that off. I listen to the music already. But I think you should definitely listen to that. And we've been giving the gaming community has been giving companies a lot of flack lately because of really messed up business practices, treating employees a certain way. You know, getting rid of creators unjustly, unfairly, keeping copyrights that really just make it so it's harder to create or follow up with games. Lots of things, and there are a lot of YouTubers already talking about those things. But I think it's nice to see that this guy really liked a video game. He made music dedicated to that video game, and Capcom, he did the Mega Man stuff first, caught wind of it and was like, this is exactly what we expect someone who loves Mega Man to create. We want to support that, like, as Capcom's full backing. You know, I think it's amazing, and I think that it just shows the possibilities of like fan passion is what I want to call it, because I think a lot of times we are often marginalizing the efforts of fans. And if you know me in real life, I'll always mention how awesome I think 50 Shades of Grey is, in that it started as fan fiction. It became popular enough not to just have a series of books, but became a movie that's becoming a movie franchise. I think the power of that is amazing, and I think that fan created content is still art and has all its own merit. I think this is just a great one of the great and few ways the world has kind of agreed with me, I guess, or some people. So it came out on, I believe, April 28th. You can get it at, I'm sure, most major distributors of content, especially digital content. But I listen to it on Spotify, so if you go to Spotify, you can definitely listen to it. I'm pretty sure it's on iTunes, Amazon Music as well. At least those things. Leave comments down below. Like and subscribe if you like what I do. Hope you guys have a good day. Expect more videos, and at least one video every Wednesday.